Thank you for joining me today. Today I'm doing a quick video on sizes of units, uh, how to know if you have the correct size in your home, and how to go about replacing and getting that the exact size that you need. And air conditioning, heating is measured by tonnage, and tonnage is given telling you how the capacity that unit can do. And the way we measure that capacity is by BTUs, which is British Thermal Units, which is how much this unit can do within a given square footage. So with, I believe it's 500 foot per ton and 12,000 BTUs per ton. So when you, in order to even be able to, I'm not going to go too far into detail on as far as square footage and the mathematics of it, because it can get pretty complicated. So I'm just going to keep it basic so you can know what type of system you have, what type of system you need, and what type of system you've got replaced. Because I've seen where you know someone didn't get what they paid for by not simply knowing how to be able to look at the units. So model numbers, model numbers are, you're going to be able to read model numbers by the tonnage. It's going to have, you know, any of these numbers right here is going to give you the identification number of your tonnage of your system. So when you read your model number and you see any of these numbers right here, you're going to know that size of a unit. That's how we go about that. And that number is going to be on your condenser and your furnace. I'm sorry, your condenser and your evaporator. Okay, now your furnace is going to have BTUs, British Thermal Units. That's how it's measured. And it's going to be 40,000 BTUs, 50,000, 55, 60, 80, 100,000 BTUs. That's how furnaces are rated. And depending on what size you need, like 100,000 BTU is typically a 5 ton unit, 5 ton furnace. So I'll go into detail in that in another video. I'm just giving basics on how to be able to read the size of system that it is. So let's say now let me go back to the evaporator and condenser. That is the air conditioner side. The air conditioner side is going to be either of these numbers here, and that's going to give you your tonnage. And then when you're dealing with the furnace, that's going to give you your BTUs, which is going to give you the size of that furnace. That's how you know what system you currently have. Now, you have to know how many square footage the house is in order to know what size unit you need. Um, Windows installation play a big role when you dealing with this part of installation, because you don't want to get a unit that's just, it's going to be running all the time because it's not well insulated, and you got air leaking and heat loss and heat gain coming in. So um, now that you know how to read the model numbers, now you'll be able to identify the system that you have, and you can even just call people and just get quotes on, hey, what do you charge to put a 3 ton in, or in a horizontal attic, or in an upflow in a closet. So you'll be able to at least know what you have instead of trusting someone else. Because I've seen where someone, paid for 5 ton systems, 2 5 ton systems, and the guy took the model and serial number off and they put a 4 ton in there, but the customer don't know any difference. Now, in that situation, it's gonna cool, but it's not gonna cool properly. What's gonna happen is that unit is gonna run longer than usual. It's actually missing 2 tons, so it's gonna be working very hard to confiscate from the lack of tonnage the capacity that it has. Now, air conditioning and heating is measured in SEER. So you have 14 to I believe it's 25 SEER units as of now, and that's SEER is broke down as seasonal energy efficiency ratio. How much energy is it going to cost you to run this system? Money. It's going to tell you at a given, how long and how often this unit using energy is going to produce the numbers that it's made for, the BTUs. And the higher SEER you go, the more expensive the system is, but the less energy it takes for it to do the same job as a smaller SEER. So when you're looking into SEERs, you're looking into that's a high efficiency system. Um, a high efficiency system is worth the money, but it's going to cost a little bit more, but it's going to cost lesser for you to run on a month to month and a day to day basis. So there's something to think about also when you're dealing with a SEER rating. But other than that, that's pretty much how you can determine what you have and how to go about getting a new um, system. So if I come up across any other ideas or anything that I left out, I'll put it in the comments or the video below. But thank you for watching. Bye bye.